Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Apologies, it's been a while. As you can see, we've got a lot going on in the fish room. These videos are actually going to come relatively thick and fast, and it's kind of almost going to be a series. And as you can see, we are taking fish out of the 125 like I said a few weeks back that we would. So let's get on with the video and see what's going on. So after a long and tedious job, we've got fish out of the 125. One of them is this awesome looking Luanda. Sad to see this one go, but we are keeping some of our Africans and we'll take a look at those in the next video. I'm also taking over a cycled sponge filter to my buddy who's buying these fish from me just to help with the tank, even though he knows what he's doing. In the car, everything's in. Made sure I didn't clip the buckets completely closed because obviously you don't want to do that. Everyone's strapped in. Let's be on our way. So we just got to the location where these fish are going, and all these fish are getting put in this 90-gallon aquarium. Going to be a really good system for them. Hooked up the sponge filter, and my mate also brought one of his sponge filters from home, so everything should be good to go straight away. We also added some cycled media, and there they are in the tank. We've got quite a lot of them. We've got a sunshine, we've got the bally eye, we've got the Luanda that I showed you in the bag, and let's just say I just wanted to show you this footage just because we're actually rehoming the fish, unlike some channels that just tell you that they do and you know full well they've died. Anyway, back home, this tank's looking absolutely phenomenal. Sadly, we are going to be breaking this down sometime soon, so that's upsetting. But on another note, the basement is looking quality at this point. Just got some stuff delivered, got some shelves in the corner, and a lot of these fish are the ones that I decided to keep. So we've kept a Luanda, we've kept an albino, and we also kept the multipunctatus catfish, among a few others. And obviously we kept Bubba the blood parrot, who's actually my wife's, because you know we just can't get rid of him. So these fish are going to be coming out of this tank and going into a 55 for the time being. Unknown and unsure what will happen after that, but as you can see, we've got some nice ones that we're keeping, so excited to set that tank up. And this tank's then going to become something else entirely. Before we can do that, however, we've got some stuff to move in here, and this room's just an absolute bomb site right now. So let's get these stuff moved, and then we'll get on with the remainder of the video. Alright, so the fish have been caught and they're currently being prepared for their acclimation process. Fish have been caught out at the 55, caught out at the 33 gallon on top, and then the blue neon young group that were in the 50 gallon or 55 gallon are actually going in this 40 gallon now, so they're currently being drip acclimated. Little sneak peek of what's coming. Absolutely loving the angels right now. Not quite sure why, I've never got into them before, but really enjoying them. I've got 3 at this point, so really excited about what's to come. Not using that tank. This tank is currently being kind of a holding tank for the Luanda group that I'm selling, and everything else is going in this 55, including this Walter Eye. We're going to see how he does. We took him from the top 33 gallon when we moved the Luanda group into there, and that's now separated for the Luanda group that I'm selling and the big Walter Eye that's on the left hand side. But yeah, this guy's looking nice, to say we only just moved him. I think he's doing all right in there, and he should be good for the time being until we do sell him. Younger blue neon group are still acclimating, and they're going to be right above the blue neon breeding group, which will be really quite cool. What I did find hilarious was that this male, the coloured up young male in this group, is still acting like a young coloured up male wanting to breed in a bucket. I mean, pretty crazy, and as you can see, he's still going at the females, which I found really interesting, to say that he's acclimating in a 5-gallon orange Home Depot bucket at this specific time, but he's still wanting to get busy. So acclimation's going pretty good with these guys. We've just got a slow drip going to the bucket, and I've had a lot of success in terms of acclimating fish and moving fish and stuff with this. They seem to be a lot less shocked when I do this, so it does take a little bit more time, but it's worth it, and it definitely prevents you from losing fish unnecessarily. After that, we then started draining the 125. Python comes in unbelievably useful and handy for that. Kept the filters running for the time being, just because the fish are going to get stressed. Extra oxygen in the water might help them chill them out. During this time, we are catching the fish. Bubba the Blood Parrot is going to go in the bottom 55 here. That I've just got some random fish in right now, and the rest of them are going to go in this 55, along with the smaller Walter eye that I've got. I just acclimated him not too long ago, so we're going to move them and then get them acclimated to the new tank. Again, we're using the drip method for this. I'm sure the water is very similar in my tanks. The temperature is pretty much the same, seeing as I run my tanks at 77, 78 degrees. But after about 25-30 minutes, all the fish are in there, looking pretty good. And now it's time to get working on this. As you can see, Python did its job. Tank's fully drained, and now let's get going. Got a few ideas with this. We're just going to play around with some things and see what happens. I'm personally not going to video this just because I want to concentrate on the aquascape and what I want to do. We've got the filtration set up in here, and we've got air pumps plugged down into the canisters, just to keep aeration going through all the biomedia, and hopefully that'll keep it alive while I do this aquascape. So let's crack on. Alright, so a few hours later, this is what we've got. Apologies for the glare. I'm doing this midday on a weekend, so there's not too much I can do about it, but as you can see, we've gone for an island composition. Unsure if everything is going to stay the same. And obviously we've still got to add the ADA Amazonia soil that I bought. And I also transferred a lot of the soil from the 20-gallon that you saw at the start of the video. After about an hour and a half of planting and soil addition, this is what we've got. New soil at the bottom, older, cycled per se soil is over the top of it. Plants have been added. I think it looks pretty good. Still yet to really determine that, and you never really know until you get filling the tank up. So let's get to that. Really excited for it. Let's see how it looks.